Nimrod was one of those people, I think a lot of people don't know that about him, never forget Grenada. Never forgot Grenada, never forgot where he came from, never forgot what it was to grow up in a small village and, working hard. I think the part that a lot of people don't see about Nimrod, they see, okay, yes, he is loud and he's all of that, but he's also one of the most empathetic, sympathetic person you will ever meet. That, he never, as I said before, never forgot where he came from, right? And with that, it was always, okay, I have to give back. I have to give back. I have to give back. And he worked like as a cop. He worked really hard. And, in NYPD, everything that he did was to say, okay, I have to send back where I came from. He always talked to all of his friends, everybody that he knew. Okay, let's organize this, let's organize that. And part of that is to send back to Grenada. And I think that's one of the most misunderstood parts of who he is as a person. That commitment to Grenada, that commitment to change, that commitment to making sure that everybody has an opportunity to become the best version of themselves. He is very big on education. He's very big on, getting a career. And, for us, the younger siblings, that's one of the things that he always made sure that he talked to us about, like education, going back to school, getting that degree, or just moving on, just not staying stuck in that environment. Kind of like seeing him as a person, seeing him as an individual, not somebody who just came back and, oh well, he's running for a position now, so he's always been like that. For years, for the 30-something years Nimrod may have spent in the States, Grenada was always his priority. Always. All his kids, they're very close. They have, they know each other. They have a relationship. And I think as sometimes we don't understand the importance, the role a dad plays in the life of his kids, his heart is in the right place. His heart has always been in the right place. Nimrod as a brother, he has always been like my biggest supporter. My biggest supporter. He is the one person, if something is happening in my life, I can call him and say, hey Nimrod, listen, this and this is happening, what you think? And he will always give me good advice. If I'm wrong about something, he's going to say, Oslin, I don't think you should do that. And we have that relationship. He understands me, I understand him. And I just think that sometimes I wish that people could see the person beyond the facade, the person beyond the glitz and glamour. There is this person with a soul, with a heart that really wants to do good in his life.
Growing up with Nimrod as a child, Nimrod was always the one to take charge of everything, right? And I remember vividly around Christmas time, so our parents used to give us give our bigger sister money to go in town with us on Christmas Eve, and she would buy a bunch of biscuits and stuff like that, but then she would hide it in the room on top of the closet, and we have to ask her to go get it. When we want one, we'd have to ask her for it, and Nimrod will go and take it down when she's not around and make sure that all of us get one, and then put it back as nothing, right? So we used to like that because, as a child, you buy your stuff, you want your stuff to eat. And then on Christmas Day, he would mix the different soft drinks, the Fanta, the Coke, and all of that. And then he'd say, we're having a cocktail. And he mixing it, we put in a malt and so in it. In those days, if you get a malt to drink, you're happy because as a child, you ain't getting no malt to drink. That's big people drink. So he would mix all of those drinks, and we were so happy. It was so exciting because we felt on top of the world. We have 3-4 different flavors in the soft drinks mixed together with a malt. So it's like, now it might sound as something minuscule, but back then it was a big thing for us because the family was large. So that was a really big thing for us. And he he would we on the boxing day, I think we'd have to go down by our grandmother up the byway in the point, and he was the one that used to lead us to go down to our grandmother. We kind of had our routine. So it was our parents' room right here, and then the boys' room was in the middle and the girls' room was in the back, right? So we had a 3-bedroom house, right? And it was 3 boys and 4 girls.
So the good thing is we didn't have to cook and wash clothes, but we had to do all the hard work. So even though my brother is like 11 months behind me, I kind of get stuck seeing about the pig and the goat and the sheep and the rabbits. He probably used to take care of the turkeys. There was a couple of turkeys in the yard. But no, my younger brother was more free wilding. I used to drive, but he was the drive king. And I guess I was the bigger one, so I had to make sure things were done. So yeah, so my sisters made sure we were well nourished, but we had to take care of it. That was my last sister here at the time. So she was the baby. Well, I think I said earlier on we were all kind of like a year apart from each other. But she was so I would be. I guess it's safe to say I'm probably about 6 or 7 years older than her. So she was kind of the baby when we were growing up, I think I was in GBSS and she was in high school. So maybe like my last 2 years or last year at GBSS. But then when I in IFE, she was still in high school, right. So I was still in Tantine, So I get to look out for her even more because we all went to different secondary school. One of my sisters went to GBSS, she went to high school. My brother went to Appeal Secondary School, one went convent, and my other sister went Boca Secondary. I think it was Boca Junior Sec at the time.
And then the last one.
And then the last sister went to Appeal also with my brother. But by the time she started that, I think I would have migrated. Yeah. I would have migrated by the time my last sister Linda went to Appeal. But yeah, this is it. This is where we grew up. You see, I don't know if you get a picture of the boring view that we had. I mean, imagine we had to grow up and we were looking out to the sea every day. It's very boring. I tell you what, though, we really didn't appreciate this location and this view until we traveled and came back. Came back for the first time, and you realize people were spending a lot of money to come to get a view like this, and you grew up not even really appreciating it. If you look right across the water, is Point Saline Airport, so we were able to see planes land and take off.
Yep.
And then you have the day view there. There's a shortcut right there that you pass to go right down to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And and as you can see, you could stay in the veranda and stop a bus, right? So we used to stay right here and wait for your bus to go to school and just walk down the steps because the house is literally in the road.
Growing up just as well, Nimrod was the person that always had somebody come into this house. And my mom always have to give them a piece of food. I was just having a conversation with the neighbor and she reminded me, she said, She said, that boy, he go reach where he had to reach, She said, I remember, and I don't even think he remember that, She said, when we were opening that snacket, that's this little brown building across there, right? She said when they initially was opening it, they tell him, well, okay, look, they want to open up the snacket. They were selling pastries and stuff. And she said, he came and he said, don't worry, I'm going to take care of the advertisement. That time he did in secondary school, I go take care of the advertisement. And she said he made his own flyers and went about, distributed them. And she said that was the day that in all the years that they had that business there, that was the only time they made the most money because of what he did.
And so YCD helped me to connect a lot with the community and to see what we can do. And it was always about uplifting the community.
Well, what I know about my brother, he's a very kind, he loves to help people. He loves helping people. And when he turn in helping people, they does not end up being good to him. But I always said to him, whatever you're doing, do it unto the Lord, because it's the Lord that will reward you, not man. And as I always said to him, don't stop helping those that need help. He always will go out there to help people. It's like he'll go out of the way. I know he goes out of the way. And at the end of the day, I know that he will do it. Even though they hurt him, he will continue to do it again and again and again, because that is within him. And nobody could take that away from him. That's what I know about my brother.
I'm here talking about my brother Nimrod Oliver. Growing up as a young guy, went to high school, have his parents. He had a lot of chores and a lot of work to do. He's very intelligent, and that's what I know for sure. But he loved to be a people person from ever since he's growing up.
This is the yard I grew up in. It used to be much different here. Where this is here used to be the downstairs of the house, and we used to have a car downstairs there. So a lot of times when I run away and go and do the community thing, and my mother locked the door, I used to sleep in the car below. Or the windows here had louvers in it, so I would come and knock the louvers from my sister in the room, and they would open the louvers that I climbed through to go inside. Because my mother, the bad, when 9 o'clock, she said, don't lock who out still. And this here now is the backyard, going up into the backyard. I used to be the neighbors over there, the Dowdens. This is the backyard. The pipe was always kind of in the day. Right where you see that bush burning right there used to be the pig pen. And I was in charge of the pigs. So it was my job to clean the pig pen every day. This is the famous pig pen, right here. But this is the yard, this is the backyard. Prior to the inside bathroom, this is where we used to be taking our shower, in the back here. So this pipe here has been, well, it wasn't always concrete. It was, kind of stones. But this is where we used to be taking our shower. This stand here, I don't even know what this was, but this is here as long as we have lived in this house. And I lived in this house here from about 1976. No, 1975 there about I've lived in this house. So this thing has been here kind of ever since. I don't know where my dad found that, but it's this thing grew with us. So we all part of this. I guess it was something to raise the soap when we were bathing, I don't know. This is where the antenna used to be for the TV and the house there, and you had to turn the antenna to get picture. So it was my job to hold the antenna steady while the rest of them tried to watch it. Back then, it was black and white and the green. So the bigger one holding the antenna while they're watching, and you're kind of taking turn. But the small one couldn't hold the antenna, So this is it. This yard here, a lot of memories. Both my parents are no longer with us, and I made that pledge that this year would always be in the family, because with all the kids that come through here, 8 of us came through here, and we're very proud that this is the humble beginning. Grew up very, very humble, and I'm proud of, very, 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 very proud of my humble beginnings, because to me, it was very instrumental in who I am today as a man, and that I can see things for the reality that is. And I've made an oath to myself and to my parents and to all my family that so long as God gives me the breath of life, I would always continue to help and assist in any way that I can, because it's from within. It's the love instilled in me from my parents, my family's aunts and uncles, and the bigger ones in the community. To God be the glory always.